नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं आपका दोस्त सर्विस और आज का वीडियो है हमारा द फर्स्ट ओडीआई सेंचुरी बाय द इंडियन। भारत ने अपना पहला वनडे इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ 13 जुलाई 1974 को लीड्स में खेला जब भारतीय टीम ने इंग्लैंड का दौरा किया था। 11 जून 1975 को भारत ने अपनी पहली एकदिवसीय जीत का स्वाद चखा। कपिल देव वनडे शतक मारने वाले पहले भारतीय बल्लेबाज थे। 1983 विश्व कप के टाइम पे जिम्बाब्वे के खिलाफ 138 गेंदों पर 175 रन की नाबाद पारी खेली और वो रन बनाने के बाद कपिल देव एक दिवसीय शतक मारने वाले पहले भारतीय बल्लेबाज बने जिसे भारत ने जीता। भारत ने ये कारनामा 45वें वनडे में किया। इसका मतलब कि 45वें वनडे में किसी भारतीय बल्लेबाज ने सेंचुरी मारा। अब 1983 के विश्व कप भारतीय टीम के लिए आसान नहीं था। सेमीफाइनल में इंग्लैंड का सामना करने से पहले भारत को 18 जून 1983 को जिम्बाब्वे के खिलाफ जीत का सामना करना पड़ा था। टॉस जीत करके कप्तान कपिल देव ने जिम्बाब्वे की मजबूत गेंदबाजी के सामने बल्लेबाजी करने का फैसला किया और भारतीय टीम का ये फैसला बहुत अच्छा साबित नहीं हुआ और भारतीय टीम के शीर्ष क्रम के बल्लेबाज तेज गेंदबाज पीटर रोशन और केविन क्विरन के सामने घुटने टेक दिए। सुनील गावस्कर, क्रिस श्रीकांत, मोहिंदर अमरनाथ, संदीप पाटिल, यशपाल शर्मा के जल्दी आउट होने से एक समय भारतीय टीम का स्कोर 17 रन पे 5 विकेट हो गया और उसके बाद फिर कुछ यूं ही जादू हुआ। भारतीय कप्तान कपिल देव ने बल्लेबाजी करने के लिए उतरे और जिम्बाब्वे की गेंदबाजी लाइनअप के सामने शुरू से ही आक्रमण करना स्टार्ट कर दिया। इस दाएं हाथ के बल्लेबाज ने 16 चौके और 6 छक्कों की मदद से एक तेज तर्रार पारी खेली और वह एक दिवसीय शतक लगाने वाले पहले भारतीय बल्लेबाज बने। कपिल देव ने 138 गेंदों पे 126.81 की स्ट्राइक रेट से नाबाद 175 रन मारे और 60 ओवरों में भारत का कुल स्कोर 266 रन हो गया। कपिल देव पारी के अंतिम पार्ट में और भी आक्रामक हो गए क्योंकि भारतीय टीम ने लास्ट 10 ओवर में 78 रन मारे और इसके साथ ही कपिल देव ने जो भारतीय विकेटकीपर सैयद किरवानी के साथ 126 रन की भी पार्टनरशिप की। तो दोस्तों, मैं आपको एक बार भारतीय टीम के स्कोर कार्ड के बारे में बता दूं तो भारतीय टीम की तरफ से सुनील गावस्कर 0, क्रिस श्रीकांत 0, महेंद्र अमरनाथ 5, संदीप पाटिल 1, यशपाल शर्मा 9, कपिल देव 175, रोजर बिन्नी 22, रवि शास्त्री 1, मदन लाल 17 और सैयद किरवानी 24 का योगदान था। तो दोस्तों, उस मैच का एक और स्टेटिस्टिक था जो भारतीय टीम का टोटल स्कोर 266 रन था। उसमें अगर कपिल देव का स्कोर छोड़ दिया जाए तो पूरी टीम के बल्लेबाजों ने मिलकर केवल 79 रन मारे और वो पूरा 60 ओवर का आपका ये था ओडीआई था। तो उस 60 ओवर में पूरी टीम ने कपिल देव के बिना 37 ओवर की बल्लेबाजी की है। तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि अगर 60 ओवर की पूरी बल्लेबाजी में और टीम का स्कोर जब 266 था तो उसमें पूरी टीम कपिल देव के अलावा 37 ओवरों में मात्र 79 रन मारती है और इसके अलावा कपिल देव जो रिमेनिंग 23 ओवर्स होते हैं उसमें 175 का स्कोर करते हैं। अब दोस्तों, मैं आपके सामने जो आपके ओडीआई का जो एक स्कोर का प्रोग्रेशन है उसके बारे में बता दूं तो पहला जो ओडीआई स्कोर था 82 रन था जो इंग्लैंड के बल्लेबाज जेएच एंड्रिच ने मारा था। दूसरे नंबर पे डीएल एमिस थे, वो भी इंग्लैंड के बल्लेबाज जिन्होंने 103 रन मारे। तीसरे नंबर पे बारी आती आरसी फ्रेडरिक जो वेस्ट इंडीज़ के बल्लेबाज थे, इन्होंने 105 रन मारे। उसके बाद डी लॉयड 116 रन, ही इज फ्रॉम इंग्लैंड। इसके बाद जीएम टर्नर न्यूजीलैंड के बल्लेबाज जिन्होंने 171 रन की पारी खेली। इसके बाद कपिल देव 175 रन, बिव डिचर्ड 189 रन, सईद अनवर 194, सीके कमेंट्री जिम्बाब्वे 194 रन, सचिन तेंदुलकर 200, वीरेंद्र सहवाग 219, आरजी शर्मा 264। तो दोस्तों, ये था भारतीय टीम का स्कोर का और उस वर्ल्ड कप का लेखा जोखा। और दोस्तों, अब जाते जाते मैं आपको उस वर्ल्ड कप से जुड़ी हुई एक कमेंट्री बोलने की आपको कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। वो कमेंट्री उस पूरी मैच का एक स्टेटिस्टिक्स है जिसमें कपिल देव ने 175 रन मारे थे। उम्मीद करता हूँ कि वो आपको पसंद आया होगा। तो दोस्तों, पूरी वीडियो का अंत तक सुनिएगा। तो स्टार्ट करता हूँ। दिस वॉज वन ऑफ द ग्रेट one-day match with a truly great inning by the Kapil Dev, giving India an amazing victory after all seemed loss. Tunbridge Wells was a quite small ground, but that day was packed with a large crowd squeezing in between the marquee and hospitality train that surrounded much of the boundary. After India had decided to bat Zimbabwe, losing the toss for the 5th consecutive time, Peter Roshan and Kevin Curran bowled as if inspired moved the ball softly off the seam and found a lot of lift in the pitch and routed the Indian top order. Openers Gavaskar and the Srikanth both failed to score, and the top 5 batsmen were all gone just for the mere 17 runs, with the Dave Houghton taking 3 catches behind the stump. Gavaskar fell in the first over, the playing forward defensively but down the wrong line. Srikanth was always eager to dominate, tried to pull Karan and get a top edge. The ball looping into the air, be well cut by the Jan Bajaj, running about the 30 meters backward from the mid on and taking it over his shoulder, and Mohinder Amarnath receives an off cutter from the Roshan and he played back, and the ball took an inside edge and the Houghton dipped to his left and take a superb catch. Apart from this, Sandeep Patil and Yashpal Sharma departed to the more conventional outside edge. At some stage, recovery is always expected, and the Roger Binny stayed in with Kapil Dev, but India were in further danger later on stage 78 for 7. When Madan Lal joined Kapil Dev played an incredible inning, but he did get some advantage from the fact that this match was played on a pitch at the very edge of the square and the 10 visuals. This meant that one boundary was immense, making it possible for batsmen to run 3 for a bit about 10 meters to the side of the boundary fielder on that side, while on the other side of 2 runs were impossible for the same hit, and on the other hand, of course, 4 and 6s were so much easier to hit on their side. A strong hit only a few yards from the boundary fielder would invariably beat him for the 4. Kapil Dev took full advantage of the short boundary, and in the opinion of the Port Bycroft and the Houghton, mistake that the Duncan Fletcher will always own up with regret due to the lack of experience in this form of cricket was his decision to take out the Roshan and the Karan at the same time after bowling 8 of the 9. Overs of that permitted the 12 instead of the keeping one of them going. Instead of the Fletcher brought himself in a tandem with the Jan Bajaj, and this was the only match in World Cup when Fletcher bowled poorly, and on the other hand, Robin Brown faced that 12 overs was a lot for the pace bowler who bowled without a break even when taking wickets, and that they needed to have a break before they lost their effectiveness. This removed the pressure from the Kapil Dev and the Roger Binny. His partner at this stage on the enabled them to settle in and begin a recovery that Kapil Dev completed in partnership with Madan Lal and Syed Kirwani. The later partnership unbroken added 126 and still an official one-day international record for the 9th wicket. Both junior partners did a superb job for Kapil, walking the ball around to give him the most of the strike, and they have not received enough credit for the invaluable role they played that day. Kapil gave no real chances, if one except a very difficult one to the Grant Patterson on the boundary in the 90s, and the number of the missed stroke that fell clear to the fielders. Otherwise, it was an amazing inning of the clean striking against the quality attack. Performance that Kapil never equaled in a similar situation at any other time in his career. The vital statistics of his innings are 181 minutes, 6 sixes, 16 fours and a century of 72 balls. The total numbers of balls he faced was not apparently been recorded as Houghton remembers it. Most of his 6 sixes were actually over the long on boundary. After reaching his century, Kapil Dev called for a new bat, one of the new fashion at that time, with the tapered down shoulders and that shaped almost like a baseball bat, and he stepped up and assaulted even more. Roshan and Karan, when they returned later, were pluralized, and they has been figure run in their last 3 overs and considering about 10 and overs at that stage. Bajaj, who bowled 5 overs at the death, was rather more economical as aimed consistently at the block hole. At the close of the inning, Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev rival for the captaincy, met him as they come up with the field with a cup of the water, which Alisa thought a very nice gesture of respect. It was a legendary inning, and even 4 years later in the World Cup in India, the Zimbabwe frequent had people remind them as the spectators call out to them, remember Kapil Dev, and they were not about to forget in a hurry. Dave Houghton believes that on this beautiful batting pitch, Zimbabwe should still have been able to win this match once again, though so many batsmen made a start but failed to build on it, and they began with a good opening stand of 44 but was set back by 2 more run-outs. Heron's run-out was particularly unnecessary. He hit the ball out of the sweeper on the short boundary and tried to take 2, which was completely impractical, and the batsman had seriously crossed when the return came in. Robin Brown also fails, and he was greatly as a fault for the running himself out, and he was playing the short anchor role when he called Fletcher for a leg by that was never on. Fletcher refused to call, but Brown insisted, and the run through the from the non-striker end to be easily a run out. All appeared loss of the score slump for 113 for 6, although Brown feels that the Indian did not bowl as well as this time, and they did have the listers. Couldn't played with a superb inning though in partnership with the Butchers and the Gerard Packers before being out with a very tame catch, and he apparently misjudged the pace of the long hoop and the lobed and the easy catch of the slice. As long as he was still there, and the Zimbabweans had favored their chance of the winning. In the end, they fought back well to finish only 32 runs short of victory, and they had lost like a winning easily a few hours earlier. Kapil Dev bent down to kiss the ground as he came to the field as the victorious captains. In this inning as well as others, Robin Brown feels that too often the Zimbabweans would lose wickets in the twos. They had not yet learned that when a wicket fell, needed to consolidate, start again as it were, even it meant not scoring for 3 overs. Again, Zimbabwe failed afterwards, and they should have won the match even after Kapil Dev's historic innings. Due to their inexperience, they had not paced their innings well, got behind the required run rate, and lost wicket at the wrong time. For India, it was the turning point of the tournament. For had they lost the Zimbabwe, they would almost certainly have failed to reach the semi-final. As it was, they went on to win the whole tournament, surprisingly defeating in the overconfident West Indies in the finals. This match was not televised to the disappointment of the Kapil Dev himself, among others. One Indian supporter made him a lot of money, though, as he had brought his video camera to the match. I captured Kapil great innings on it from his place in the crowd. Kapil Dev was very happy to buy the tape of him for a large sum. देन फ्रेंड दैट्स इट फ्रॉम द कमेंट्री. तो होप सो उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप लोग इस वीडियो को पसंद करेंगे. दोस्तों प्लीज़ चैनल को लाइक करें और सब्सक्राइब करें. आपको आपके सपोर्ट की बहुत ज़रूरत है. थैंक यू सो मच.